When you decide to import products from China, then the first and the most important thing is that you need to figure out what kind of product to import from China that you can make money. No matter you want to sell by e-commerce or sell by offline stores. And the answer to this question will be quite different on people because it all depends on everyone's business mode or depends on the business environment in his country. For a lot of new importers or people who don't have any experience in marketplace, most of them they will make a lot of common mistakes, and many of these mistakes will waste them a lot of money and time. And sometimes the first failure will make a lot of people giving up their business dreams because they waste 1 or 2 years saving by investing on the wrong products. And every year I have seen so many of this kind of cases that get repeated again and again. So in today's video, I'm going to share you the most correct and practical strategy to help you choose what kind of product that you can import from China to make good money. Welcome to watch the Import from China Guide video series. I'm Jing, the founder of Jing Sourcing, the leading China sourcing company since 2015, and I'm going to teach you how to import products from China step by step in this series. Make sure you got subscribed. Trending products always become super hot selling in a very short time. It just spread like virus so fast, especially on internet. And new sellers always want to get started with this kind of products, no matter he sells through online or offline. The trend of popularity of this kind of products is always go like this. It takes half year or 1 year from nobody knows this product to the stage that everyone knows it and everyone want to buy this product. And of course, at this stage, there are numerous people want to buy this product from China for resale to share a piece of cake of this business. Then it's very easy to predict what is going to happen next. It's too late to sell this product because the demand of this product is getting less, even less than the quantity that the market demands. And the profit is also getting worse. And the only winner of this game are those people who made big sales at the period when the product trend is still keep going up. This kind of phenomena are repeated again and again, and I can just name a lot of this kind of cases. For example, loom bands, selfie stick, hoverboard, fidget spinners, and even the mask, which is in large demand because of the COVID-19 epidemic. In order to make money by selling this kind of product, the key point is not about how early you find this product. For personal protective products like masks, it's all about, do you have the strong ability to do the custom clearance, or are you qualified for selling and import? PPE products are not suitable for 99% of importers because they are not qualified. So in conclusion, I don't recommend new importers to choose this kind of product to start. A lot of new importers will think that products like very low value but very large demand in daily life will be a very good products to import from China. For example, products like toilet paper, A4 printing paper, diapers, and also disposable paper cups. And these new importers, they find that Chinese manufacturers sells much lower price than what they can get from their local vendors in their country. And they think this kind of products always have demand in the markets. They don't need to worry about that they are not able to sell out these products. And at least they can sell to those local companies who have very large demand for these products like supermarkets. But actually, this kind of low value but large demand products doesn't suit for any new importers. Even though Chinese manufacturers sells this kind of product very low price, but because they are low value products, so the average shipping cost on each product is still very expensive. So you have to ship this kind of product by a 40 high-Q container load to minimize the shipping cost on each product. Otherwise, you will have no profit. But actually, this kind of products usually will have manufacturers in your country or maybe countries nearby. In the end, you will probably find that the cost to buy from local manufacturers is quite similar when compared with getting this kind of product so far away from China. So if you are a new seller, then don't choose this kind of products. Otherwise, you are buying for your company's use, or you have very good relationship with a big buyers from your local, and he can 100% sure that if you can help him get a good price from China, he will buy from you 100%. In China, it only costs around 30 cents to make a pair of very high quality cotton socks. And the shipping cost from China to United States to sending a pair of the socks, it's only cost between 2 cents to 20 cents, which is based on ship by sea or air, and also depends how much quantity you are going to ship. And if you go to a retail store in the United States to buy a pair of cotton socks like this kind of quality, you have to pay at least $3. It looks like you will have 6 or 7 times profit than the cost that you're paying to get them imported from China. There are a lot of this kind of examples of similar products such like towel, t-shirt, hoodie, backpack, and sunglasses, and more. So are these products suitable for new importers to get from China? Of course, the answer is no. For most developed countries or areas such like North America and Europe, most ordinary products, they are sold by big retailers. And for most people, when they want to buy several pairs of socks, they will just go to those big retailers, and they will never thought about going to your small store just to buy a very ordinary and cheap socks. You will have very big pressure on the rent and also the labor costs if you are just only sell very ordinary socks or t-shirts. Even though you want to sell this kind of products by e-commerce, but you still need to pay very expensive online marketing costs, which is also equivalent to the rent you need to pay for running an offline retail store. And when you are doing the online marketing, ordinary products cannot capture buyers' attention, and they are not interested to buy them. For the past 10 years in China, there are numerous small manufacturers that making general products. They are dead. And there are also numerous small shops, no matter it's online or offline, if they are selling general products, they either dead or they are having very hard time to survive. For the socks I have mentioned above, we Chinese also need to spend $2 or $3 to buy a pair of good quality cotton socks. They are either sold by big retailers or sold by big socks manufacturers directly from their e-commerce stores. So does it mean there's no opportunity for this kind of general products at all? Of course, there are opportunities, but only limited to the following 2 conditions. The first opportunity is to make more improvements or adjustment on this kind of general products. Make them standing out from those ordinary types. For example, cotton socks is a very fierce competition but low profit market. But the Swedish socks brand Happy Socks are very successful for the past 10 years by selling their very cool and interesting design socks. The second opportunity is that if you are from developing countries and you find some ordinary product haven't monopolied by big retailers, or this kind of product are still mainly sold by small individual business or street stores, then this kind of product may work in your local. If you have watched some video tutorial about how to choose products for e-commerce, you'll probably understand that good products are always not those with big market demand, but just products in very small demand in a very specific niche. The small market demand, it means that you won't have many competitors that selling exactly the same thing, and customers are willing to spend more money to buy your products because there are not so many people selling this kind of product, and this kind of product can satisfy the demand of a small group of people. Even the market demand is very small, but it's enough for you to make a good money from this small group. You know, I'm running a leading China sourcing company, and over than 50% of our clients, they are doing e-commerce, and the majority of them are doing the Amazon FBA business. And I can tell you a truth that for $1 million sellers we served, most of them, they are selling this kind of products. Once you gotta really focus on one product it's not very hard to achieve like 20,000 US dollars revenue a year just for one product. Let me give you a product example. For this kind of expandable garden hose, we have a couple of clients and all of them have achieved over than 300,000 US dollars revenue for this product just 1 year. However, the profit of this product is become very low because the competition is very fierce. And now they change to other products because the return on investment for this product is too low. Moving straps was used to be a very good niche product, and they are very good to use for moving furnitures. And the acrylic makeup organizer is also used to be a very good niche product. As the leading China sourcing company, we got tons of product inquiries every day, and gradually we got this kind of very interesting ability. We can predict if the client's business will become successful just by looking their product inquiry about what kind of product they want to make and get from China. In my previous videos, I have mentioned a lot of times that don't import any brand products from China. A lot of new importers will think that brand products like Nike shoes, Xiaomi, Huawei, iPhones, they are all made in China, so getting from China should be much cheaper than buying from their own countries. It's impossible because for most brand products, they will have their own selling network, and also you are not able to get from the original manufacturers. For example, Xiaomi is a Chinese brand and also made in China, but for all their products, you can only get their official retail price no matter how much quantity that you want to purchase. Well, it's not absolutely that you cannot buy any brand product from China. I mean, you can still buy, but only limited to the following two situations. Situation 1, if a brand there's no official retailers in your country and you can accept the total cost including the shipping and the import cost to get them from China, you can buy. And here's a very important thing that you need to know is that you have to choose a supplier who are officially authorized by the brand company for selling this product in China. Because when you are doing the import-export process, you need to provide suppliers authorized certification which is issued by the brand company to prove your product is authentic. Otherwise, the customer will consider them as counterfeit. Finding a professional freight forwarders is also very important because sometimes they can help you handle customs clearance even without any certifications. And last year, we helped an Indian client get a lot of Logitech web cameras from China because he cannot buy from local. The second situation which is worthy to buy brands product from China is for second-hand or parts. For example, you can buy second-hand iPhones or iPhone screen, iPhone motherboard, and other accessories. And for phone repairing centers in every country, they're also getting all the parts from China. For all the products I have mentioned above, the small niche products is what I strongly recommend for new sellers to get started with. Except for this, and you can spend most of your effort to discover any product opportunities in this product category. This is also a very good strategy because you can take it as a very long-term business, and it's also more easy to build your own brand, and of course you can accumulate a lot of loyal customers. For example, we have a client from Singapore and she dedicates to design and sell ladies' lingeries. With our help, her business grows from very small to $1 million business in just 2 years. And her e-commerce store is also quoted a very successful story by Shopify. We also have Italian clients who is running very luxury resort in Italy, and they use their resort's brand to develop their own cosmetic product lines. We have them made all cosmetic bottles and packagings in China. If you want to build a multi-million business and you are going to spend 5 or even 10 years on that, you definitely need to choose a product category that you really like and spend your time to discover any possible products. Build your own brand. Very appreciate for watching today's video, and I'm sure that you probably have very clear understanding about what kind of product that you can import from China for good business. If you need my advice to help you analyze if the product is worthy to import from China, please leave your comment below. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in the next video.